Welcome to Prehistoric Isles Season 2. It's been a while, I know, but we are back for a second season on a different side of the island, with new characters and new species, and some familiar faces too, which are now fully grown. Let's get into it. Here we see not necessarily a new species, but pretty rare, Utah raptors. This is blue quill, the largest Utah raptor on the whole island, and his pack, the two twins, Razor and Blade. Blade is a female, and that's the male, that's the female. And his mate, Ron, who is an incredibly large female, the second largest actually. He goes off to scout out his territory, but not before having a quick drink by the river. Now, you probably recognise this place, for this is the episode where the Dilophosaurus trio had an encounter with the Stegosaurus. This is actually the northern side of the island, where a lot more larger species are, and where most of the time the species migrate to for its abundance in water that's drinkable, and also its more cooler weather. So you'll see a lot more larger animals and feathered animals here, such as both. But a bit more further on, we see a large bull male Stegosaurus. He's currently grazing on some vegetation. He's a bit further away though. He's quite content in his current territory. But one classic trope in prehistoric lives, documentaries, is the battle between the two giants of the Jurassic. Allosaurus versus Stegosaurus. This specimen is called Big Al, named after the famous specimen that is in a museum at the moment. Thank goodness. He's only young at the moment. Well, not young, but he isn't the oldest. About 19, and he's about to go up against a large bull male. Big Al hesitantly moves closer, but the Stegosaurus stands its ground. This is a self-defense mechanism, making himself look bigger. Because of this, Big Al walks away. But if we follow the huge river, we'll see the two largest dinosaurs, well, carnivores on this side of the island. The apexes, Anubis and Sobek. Now you might not recognise these two, but Anubis is Blueback's son. Yes, they're both fully grown now. Anubis, not very much adapted to swimming as much as Sobek, still is quite semi-aquatic and is communicating with Sobek. Sobek has just came back from a bit of a fishing spree, and he is quite cold at the moment, for it's still winter. Hell, it's the day after Christmas, it's Boxing Day, so the water is pretty cold. Well, that's not stopping him from putting food on, not necessarily the table, but I guess the rock. But not every apex is huge or hunts in packs, no. This is a young Australopithecus. It's a species of megaraptor, so related to things like the mape. This one is called Ozzy. He's an apex and is feared by most small herbivores. And if you recognise this cliff, it's where the Utaranus and the Rugops had their fight. in the last season. He runs off into the forest. On the topic of gargantuan predators, there is a new alpha predator in this part of the river. It's a Caprosuchus. Now, on the island, they've grown a lot more, for there's an abundance of food. And this one, Clark, is the largest on the island. Way larger than most crocodilomorphs on prehistoric isles.